The following program is sponsored by The Greek, Ely's Radio Shack dealer at 570 Altman in downtown Ely, and brought to you as a public service by Georgetown Media in Ely, Nevada. Regional Planning Commission meeting, May 18th, 2022.
And our person for the first item, he should be showing up here shortly.
Okay, so
Just a heads up
hang
on
on
that
a minute.
one. We could probably go to the next agenda item.
Call the meeting to order, and Jesse, lead us in the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this is the Wednesday, May 18th meeting of the Regional Planning Commission. We'll open up with public comment. Comments during this discussion, items that may not be accepted from the general public. Commission may prohibit comment if the content of the comments are willfully disruptive of the meeting by being slanderous, offensive, inflammatory, irrational, or amounting to personal attacks or interfering with the rights of other speakers. Persons are invited to submit comments in writing or agenda items and to attend and make comments on the item at the commission meeting. So we'll open with public comment.
I'll soften them up.
Official comments.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I've presented a concern several times to the County Commission on the southeast corner of the new Justice Center. You have a ADA parking space or spaces, and yet there's no access to the building itself. That's a clear violation. New construction must meet new ADA federal mandated codes, let alone your city and county code. Also, you've got a new project going down at the William B. Ryrie Clinic. On one side, you have residential parking only. No, you don't. That's a public street. There is no sidewalk. There is no ADA access, and it needs to be addressed. Mr. Chairman, I've brought my concerns in regards to you in the past in regards to RVs parking throughout the community. If there's any permits, it should come before your body, and it hasn't. I got a citation. I don't like that. Again, we either have rules and regulations or we don't. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to give you a memo dated June 24, 2005 from once I was mayor. It comes from a building inspector at that time. It basically states NRS 244.368, City Building Code supersedes less stringent provisions of county building code within 1 mile of boundaries of the city. Mr. Vadreen is going through quite a mess. Had we followed this, he wouldn't be having the problems that he has. Your former building inspector is causing you a lot of trouble. So you need to address this. Mr. Chairman, I've requested a complete list of properties and individuals that the city has permitted and allowed to park RVs on the city lots and city streets while living in them. I attended all your meetings, and yet I've not seen one application considered or approved to you folks. On numerous occasions I've asked for an application, I've not been provided one, yet I get a citation and I've had to evict people off my properties. That's not going to get it. I want equal consideration under the law. Mr. Chairman, recently the building inspector cited my brother at 842 East Altman in regards to people using the garage for possible living quarters. Wanted water and sewer within 30 days. It was just an overflow. That's all. You've got people living in RVs throughout the community. Nothing's being said. I don't know who filed the complaint, but I wanna know. I wanna know if that person also filed a complaint against a new business at 894, right next door. Doesn't meet ADA, no handicap access, no off-street parking as required by code. And again, either we have rules or we don't, and I want the discrimination to stop. Well, George gets citations for having people on his property, 355 possible fine. That's not gonna get it. That also comes back on you folks. We're concerned about violations of code. How many times I gotta bring it up before you? I've not seen any changes, Mr. Chairman, you need to do
Okay.
something.
Through
I'll be
Mr.
back.
Thank you, George, we'll catch you later.
You better check me out a little later than that.
Okay, more public comments? Okay. And I guess then we will move to item A, discussion of possible action. Approval of an application for a home occupation agreement. Applicant is James L. Mantur, DBA Waxworks, location 741 Mill Street, Ely.
Just tell them a little bit about what you wanna do.
Oh, it's a mobile detailing service where my vehicle is equipped with all the equipment that I need, you know, generator, water tanks, pressure washer, and just advertise and go to them. And, all the, chemicals are biodegradable, you know, like soaps and tire dressing and things like that.
Okay.
That sounds really cool. Do we have anything like that here that you know of?
Yeah, any mobile detailing in here in Ely at all?
There has been in the past, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
You two might have to share that one.
Yes.
Oh, right.
And you gotta get close.
Okay.
So, it sounds like a good deal. Everything's done off-site, off the location, you just use that for just basically
Yeah,
conducting your business, the books and so forth.
Yeah, well, I do the books, Karen down here at H&R Block, she's gonna be doing the bookkeeping quarterly, and, I got with her like a month ago, and, all the chemicals and stuff, if there's bulk chemicals, you know, like 5-gallon buckets or whatever, they'll store it at the house, but what's in the van is just like spray bottles and
Okay.
things like that, you know, and,
I guess I'd have a question. Just by the name, home occupation, that doesn't mean it has to actually be in the house that he lives in?
No, it's just that, that's just the center of where he does business. The business actually is done outside of the location. So that's basically where he receives phone calls, does his bookkeeping.
Oh, okay.
As far as all the chemicals and things that you have stored, it'll be in the shed, it's not
Yeah.
gonna bother your
exactly.
neighbors or anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all biodegradable, you know, it's not like gasoline or things like that, it's all like Car Pro products, McGuire's products, and, you know, things like that. So it's all, you know, just run around and,
Yeah.
you know, booking people who want service and go do it, you bet you can.
Did a nice job of remodeling that house you're in, so,
Or you did that,
yeah.
or did you?
I've seen, whoever did it did a nice job.
Oh, yeah, I can't think of his name, I'm staying with my son and his wife and kids, and so I'm not working or doing something, I'm watching those guys, and, yeah, but it's pretty cool, yeah.
Well, we can definitely use that kind of business, so.
Absolutely.
So that basically it? And did anybody have any other comments?
I think it's great. It's a great service that we need here, so I'm absolutely in favor.
Uncle.
Do we have to vote on that?
I guess
Have a motion.
I'll move to make a motion to approve, the business, the home occupation business.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. And in that case, this is for Waxworks on 741 Mill Street. All those in favor, say aye.
I
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Great, thank you so
Okay,
much.
So when I go to, I just go back here to City Hall and pay for my fine? Or
Yes.
Go back down there, because she said, I already got my state license and all that done. Just go down there,
Yeah, just go back and see Robin tomorrow.
okay.
Robin won't be in tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I'll
heard
be
she,
back Monday.
probably.
yeah, I heard she was out.
Sorry.
So maybe Monday, or unless somebody else can handle it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
bet.
we'll see you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, move on to item B. Approval of a parcel map to merge and re-subdivide the parcels. Applicant is Perigo Land Business Trust. Subject properties are APN 011-340-08, 013-051-02, and 013-052-02, sections 8, 9, and 16, Township North 12 North, Range 62 East. Purpose is to divide the parcels for estate planning.
Good evening. I was Reservoir Surveyor Record representing Perigo Land. Obviously, most of you have seen a portion of this a few months ago. We petitioned for road abandonments that were going through the pivots. That was passed through this commission and the county commission, so that is complete other than the deeds being recorded. The purpose of this map is basically just getting all the pivots onto the one whole parcel and then creating a couple residential parcels, which ends up being a net reduction of 3 parcels.
Okay.
How many acres in a parcel?
Excuse me?
What's the acreage of each parcel?
Oh, acreage, the smallest parcel being 18.08, 05 zoning.
Now, you said this was so you could do some estate planning. I guess that means build some homes.
With this map, we'd have a possibility of the 3. Estate plan, they're just dividing those 2 leftover parcels that are outside of the pivots. I believe one is going to go to the ranch manager and they're undecided on the other parcel. Everything else is basically on production.
Did you see the map?
Is there a zoning problem?
And you saw what they're talking about, right?
Yeah, that's
You saw that?
a smaller version of that.
Everything around that's 05 zoning, right?
I believe so, until you get a little closer to town.
None of those parcels are less than that. I don't see any problem with it.
Where does zoning come in?
Well, everything in that area just north of Lund is 05 zoning, and they're not asking to parcel that down any smaller than 5, or than 5 acres.
Then on the parcel size is 5 acres. Our smallest parcel is 18 acres. And with no intent of subsequent parsing after this.
What are they zoned on where it says US Highway 318, with the 1, 2, 4, 5, all those? What are the acreages on those? And are they all residential?
Where we're at, Jess?
Right here. This is 05 over here, right? Is this one RA5 or?
I'm not sure on the zoning on the neighboring land. It's also agricultural in use. I'm not sure what the zoning is though.
So we don't have to worry about any spot zoning, it's already 05, but we haven't changed anything.
Yeah, we're not asking for any zone change. We're working within the zone that's already created for that.
Well, I didn't have any questions, looks pretty straightforward, and I see like building department recommending approval, so.
Make a motion to approve?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have we have a motion and a second for this, and all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, passes.
Thank you.
And item C, approval of parcel map to divide parcel, applicant is Adrian Joy, subject property is APN 005-117-04, 1/4 southwest section, 9 township, 13 north, range 70 east. Purpose is to divide the parcel for estate planning.
I'm still up there. Very close to a similar project. This has been in front of you also for the abandonments that happened along Saval Avenue and along Elko. Adrian's purpose here is her house resides on parcel 1, and she is just trying to reduce the footprint of the land that she needs to take care of and maintain. So she will actually be selling parcel 2 and retaining parcel 1. And it's a net reduction of 1 lot.
So right now she has 350 by 100 lots. Is that correct?
Yes.
And she wants to split off to one
Um,
or two?
Yeah, she's splitting off 11,000 square feet there. Her actual residence went over the lot line, so just, we couldn't just use the original
So you
plat.
have to do a lot line adjustment.
So we did have to create a new boundary line across that, which is the parcel map was the vehicle for that.
Gotcha.
Okay, so at the boundary line adjustment, because if we, is anything along 7, 8, 9 to continue that, so there's no jogging it, or has that already been done?
That's been done, that jog on the.
So it's straight, it'll be a straight line then,
No,
there's gonna be a jogging there.
yes, along the right of way.
That was the abandonment from the previous agenda item. That job is on there, so that's, doesn't pertain to that.
I just wanna, it's always nice to see stuff split up and on that, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, those are lots 7, 8, and 9 under a different ownership.
Right.
We couldn't petition to abandon for them, otherwise we probably would have went with this straight right away.
Oh, that's crotches, yeah.
Any other comments?
I think so, I move to approve.
Okay,
I'll second that.
okay, the motion approved, we have seconds, and let's move on to a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. Okay, see you next month. Okay, we're going to.
That's it for me.
Going to public hearing for an application for vacation or abandonment of a road or easement. Property of petitioner Donald A. Duff and Veronica Douglas like to abandon the alleyway between 220 Winnemucca Street, APN 005-168-01 and 270 Winnemucca Street, APN 005-168-02 in Baker, Nevada. Area is described as 20 feet wide and 150 feet long. Have anyone here
Question? Mr. Chairman, I didn't see anything in here from the Baker Town Council. I don't know if there's any concerns, but if you're gonna have any kind of changes in the community, you should have some feedback from the town council. None of you folks live in Baker. You're making, I'm not against this, but you need feedback from the community. Unless you guys went out there and talked to the council, it's a different story. But you need feedback from that community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
There it is. There it is.
So we don't have either anyone here to represent that.
Just the Baker Water and Sewer is the only thing.
Right, and there was a comment in there from them, correct?
Correct. And the findings of facts, there was a permit sheet from the Baker GID in there.
Yeah, they have their recommendation for approval on here as well.
Yeah.
From Baker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see that, George?
No, I didn't.
The Baker GID did recommend approval on this, and they have comments in there.
Okay.
And they were for it.
Right.
And if you have questions, I can try to call him and we were calling him later.
You know, I don't know what the reason, the way they laid those out to begin with all of those alleys and around there. I mean, does anyone have any idea what that purpose was?
That's a great question. What was the reason, I mean, for anyhow, it's just,
The reason for the abandonment in the first place?
no, for the alleyway,
The alleyway?
right?
I mean, they've got them consistently through here
Right.
on that section of Baker. I didn't know why anyone has any insight to that. So these are the two we're talking
Yeah.
about, but they've got the same alleyways through splitting those parcels consistently.
Yeah. So are they combining these two portions then?
Well, they're not combining them, they're eliminating that alleyway between the two, which I'm assuming the property line will just split that.
They do own both parcels.
So they are gonna create one parcel.
Okay.
They could, yeah.
Perhaps it was to prevent landlock behind those parcels, was the purpose of the alley before.
Okay.
So, with the abandonment, which parcel does that go to, or, I mean,
It splits between the two.
Yeah, it splits down the middle, it's like half goes to
Okay.
each parcel, the land that's done.
And doesn't tend to seem to landlock anybody out by doing that, so,
It doesn't affect the north and south,
yeah.
on the north and south side.
If there were future parcels created behind that, would it create a landlock there? I can see like a little trail back there, but in a drive or a parking lot, but
Well, it's for the visitor center there. Yeah, I highly doubt anything would ever happen, that's gotta be all part of the Park Service.
Just for curiosity, today, I measured what my garage was from the property line. It was exactly 20 feet. Just by chance, I guess, but what I noticed is both my cars were on the cement before the garage. And they were barely fitting on that cement. So anything less than 20 feet, if they tend to leave their car outside the garage, they may be asking for trouble. Just because it's sticking into the road.
If it's on the same property, I don't see it being a problem. I think it's just a structure, right, that needs to be 20
What's-
feet
What's
setback.
this?
The 20 feet setback requirement
Are
for
we
the.
on,
I think we're talking about the next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, have we jumped the gun here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we jumped the gun, we didn't vote on the abandonment.
your comment pertains to the next item.
So, yeah,
I'm on the wrong,
so,
wrong page, okay.
so we go to,
As far as the abandonment, I didn't have any questions. I read through everything and, seems pretty
Yeah.
straightforward to me.
yeah, I don't have any problems with it, especially since we got the okay from the Baker people too, that it's okay with them.
I just wanted to ask a question where it said the alley is in there and it's showing the different parcels here and here. There, what was it, 270 and 220? Or what is? So I'm looking at one of my, on the black one, black and white. You're worried about access back here maybe, if anybody did anything by the visitor center. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that one with the lines on it is to show where the end of town was, which is
Yeah.
like right behind their
Yeah,
properties.
and then you got-
and-
Like you got 1 and 2 there, like you said, 1 and 2 going this way. But if anybody ever did want to do there, is there access? We always try to at least have a 15 to 20 foot, some type of easement around there or right, something, not for a county road, you need 60 at least, but something for access. I don't know if there would be access off the visitor center or that access of theirs over there, I don't know. I don't know how big that parcel is, or if it's just, it's one large parcel, or if it's sectioned out, I don't know.
The 160?
The one north where it says Baker Town Limits, the parcel's right there.
Oh, okay.
But on the north here, I don't know, north of that, and by the visitor center, I don't know what access is there, like brought up, I have no idea. And if you get rid of that alley, maybe that's the only way people had to get into that property, I don't know either.
That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that.
Of course, the request is just to abandon that alleyway between the two parcels, nothing on the north or the south, so you still have a strip of land beyond the parcel.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Rounded up.
usually when we try to set parcels up, we have easements all the way around. We don't need it on some of these, but if you went to go through here off of Winnemucca and went up north, is there any way to come south to get back there if anybody did build that? I don't know if that's public land, if that's private, I don't have any idea. We're looking at Duff in this stuff here. Who's the applicant? Duff, out of Baker. Duff and Douglas. Ronald A. Duff and Ronald A. Douglas. I can see what they'd like to do, abandon that and then come back and do a property line adjustment or do something, but I don't know what's on the north there, the available access.
I'm just gonna look up the ownership of that, around that visitor center there.
Like you said, it could end up being landlocked, and that visitor center and ordinance up there, you may not get a right way through there easily.
Out of curiosity, I would like to know that too. I would just take the GID's recommendation. I think they would look into that if that was an issue, I would think.
Like,
And
I saw their approval there, but I didn't see anything on access, it might have
Yeah.
been overlooked, or maybe they did look at it, it was all fine, but I
there's no
hate to assume
details on
that now, make a decision that we regret later.
Terry Stedman, who was the one that completed that, generally does look at like what the Baker master plan is, to see if it's like looking for any future growth and such.
But I didn't see
When he
anything in there
answers
that
these-
said access, and I didn't see anything in writing that said access Winnemucca Street, well, that's all it told me. I don't know if And that's all you're looking at there, is there any access on the north side?